social, or you're staying home and enjoying the rent. Read is going to be. Let it go. Okay. Ooh. Shh, we're in a library. All right, y'all, welcome back. Hello, everybody. If you are new here to this channel, my name is Michaela. I go by a Black Librarian on every single platform. And if you are new to this channel, but you love to read, or you want to find recommendations, you want to know what it takes to become a librarian, or some tips and tricks for working in a library, be sure to like this video, subscribe, ring that little bell so that you can be a part of the experience of this library life, because honey, it is something else. If you want to be a librarian, I can give you the do's, the don'ts, the tips, the tricks, and you can see it through my eyes, because I am a Black librarian. Yes, happy Resurrection Sunday. It is a beautiful day in the neighborhood. It is beautiful Easter, but of course it is, because he has risen. And I've seen so many beautiful people out today, dressed in their Sunday best, doing what they need to do. So let's get into it, because I have not one, but two books that I read this past week. Reader arcs to talk about. I'm going to tell you about an app that will give you free audiobooks if you work in a library, or if you're a teacher or work in academics. Yes, we're going to pull a book from our jar of recommendations, because I haven't done that in a while. We got a jam-packed video. Yes! So let's get into it. I picked up a book that I hadn't picked up since 2023, and that was the year that I read I can't think of it. It's like The First Wives Club, but I'm going to put it up here so that you can see it. But it's by Keisha Irving. And I love Keisha Irving because she knows how to write her some good old urban fiction and does not play about it. Her characters and everything and their love stories. So this particular series was about Cam and Gray, this very unconventional couple, right? And they met because his niece and her daughter were fighting, and they had to go up to the school and have a conversation. He happened to go and he met her, and at the time she was in a relationship and all of this, so it was crazy. So you will read the first book, then you will read Sicko Mode, and then you will read Your, and then you will read Mine. And today, well, I have Your, but today we're going to be talking about Mine, because it is the ending of the series, and we get to find out if Cam and Gray get to stay together, just their love. And it's a hood love story. Y'all know a good hood, he's trying to do good. He's trying to find the Lord. He's trying to get out of these streets. He wants to make a family. He wants to do everything he can to make his wife happy. And she's a girl who's been scorned. She has been tried, and she has a hard heart and exterior. And he might be the only one to melt it. And they've gone through so many trials and tribulations, but now we are here. And when I say this was a good wrap up, it was short. It was so short. And I was sad because I feel like it could have more, but I think that's the best part about a series. You always want more, but we don't really need more sometimes. So Keisha Irving did her thing. If you ever have the opportunity to read this book series, I'll put it all up here so that you can see what they look like. You can get them on Amazon. A few libraries have it, and especially if your library has interlibrary loan. But if not, I would say buy the series, because I plan on buying the series just to support a self-published author in the game of Black authors. She's doing her big one and has a really big fan base. So yes, read it, love it, like it. I know I did. I recommend it at a 10 out of 10 because it's that good and I enjoyed it. Now, back to the YA reads, because I'm still on the journey of reading 10 YA authors by the end of May, because we do it as librarians to compile the teen reading list so that we can say what we like. Hopefully you'll like it and you can tell us if you don't. But I try to read a little bit of everything from YA, and I don't often read graphic novels, but The Deep Dark caught my interest. I think it was just because of the cover and the way that the darkness was around it. And then when I was opening the pages, everything was in black and white, except when you went to the past or when you went to the future or when things were good versus when they were bad. And I thought that was interesting because what I thought this book was about was like your traditional coming of age story about a teen who transitions, and their friend who also transitioned and was telling their story moved away, so they had no friends, and just their overall lore of going into the deep dark and what they do when they go there. But it was so much deeper than that. YA authors are doing their big one right now. Like, this is, I'm going to say it again and again and again, and you're probably going to get sick of me. YA is so different from when I was a teen, like from 2000. Ooh, let me not age myself. Anyway, from 2005 to 2012, I was reading YA from the 5th grade to the 12th grade. And for me, it was not like this. Not as many complicated things, or just characters and stories that will make you feel something. And this made me feel something because without telling, I don't know how to tell you about it without telling you about it. About accepting yourself, your faults, the things that you can't just cut off from your life or just get rid of are always going to be with you. So it's better to just take it with you than to hide it and to keep it into this deep, dark place. So, like I said, I don't really read graphic novels, but I feel like teens do. And I see why, because it makes it more interesting at times to see what's going on. And the visuals were like the illustrations, like, look at this, like well written, just well drawn, a 10 out of 10. Definitely recommend. So yes, those are my 2 reads of the week. My next read is a book that I've been waiting for so long. Like, I was gonna read James because I haven't, but my audiobook is not ready. And until the audiobook is ready on Libby, I have to just, I'm pausing things and I'm trying to be intentional and read another YA novel, The Dividing Sky. And I've been seeing this everywhere by Jill too. And I don't know much about it, honestly, other than the reviews that people have been saying that it's really good and things like that. And I'm hoping that it is good, but I have no doubt because, like I said, YA authors have not been playing. And I've been seeing a lot of adults dive back into YA. And I feel like we're healing our inner children because we didn't get enough good YA. Like, we got a couple, like, and I'm not talking about like Harry Potter. No, I'm not talking about like the grand franchises of like YA, Harry Potter, Twilight, Hunger Games, Diversion. Like, no, outside of that. But I'm excited to read this one and tell you about my week. It has been a good week. Last week we did a pop the balloon splatter art at my branch that I thought of. I had done it in the past where I got the canvases and put tacks on the back of the canvas, and then we threw the balloons and then they would pop. But this year we tacked the balloons onto the canvas and we popped them with darts. So it was amazing. And this week at my YA meeting where all the librarians get together, they brought us reader arcs. So I wanted to show them because I want to read them. Advanced readers editions, they're not for sale. They're going into my library. They were like, you can give them back or you can keep them. I was like, I'll keep them, thanks. The first book is The Tempest. I grabbed this for obvious reason, a young black girl on the cover. Usually I won't even read about them because I like to be surprised, but I grabbed it because of just look at the beauty of it and wanted to see what it was about. The next was Skin, Some Magic is Meant to Burn. I grabbed this because I got the audiobook from LibroX FM for free. So I was like, oh, I might as well get this now because the audiobook just stays in my library. So I wanted that. All the Noise at Once, another read that I can't wait to get into. Look at that. Like, you don't understand, like, the way that they're publishing Black authors in YA is making me so happy because there weren't many when I was growing up. So I had to move into urban fiction because I felt like I was seen, I was heard, and it was more interesting for me. I was tired of the cookie cutter. And I feel like I said, the themes are expanding and the writers are digging deeper for stories that are more engaging than they were than just like romance. But I love me some romance, so don't get it twisted. And then Knucklehead Poems. I got this because I'm going to read it this month for National Poetry Month, and I thought it would be a good read. And his brain is on the page, like, couldn't get better than that. So those were the 4 that I grabbed. They had a couple more, but those are the ones that stuck out to me. And I wanted to talk about getting reader arcs for free if you are a librarian, if you are a teacher, if you work in the academic field. You are able to download Libro FM, and this is not sponsored, by the way. This is just me being amazed by how cool the app was, and it's free. Because if y'all don't know, Everend and Amazon, they have, like, you could do the audiobooks through them, but they get expensive. So I feel like this is a way to get the books you want to read for free, and they give you a credit too, but you're not paying for absolutely anything. They want you to read these arcs and do reviews and just tag them in the post. Other than that, you don't have to do anything else. So I feel like it's a win-win, and it supports reading where I don't have to wait on Libby or for it to just come up, even though I have a lot of library cards, but I'm like, we are out here reading. This is the time of the readers. But I think it's a good way to access some of the new up and coming things, stuff that has been out that's popular and things like that. As far as what I got so far, because each month you get about 4 pages of audiobooks that you can choose from, and you just grab them and then they stay in your library, but you only have the month to do it. So my first book that I got was Somadina. So the first book I got was Somadina. It is by an author that I had read in the past, so I picked it up. Happy Land. And then I got Swept Away, Psych, The Summer I Ate the Rich, which I'm really excited about. Like, love a good thriller, love a good mystery. Plus Size Player, and Thrashers, because, of course, more YA. So those are some of the books that I got for free, and I hope that if you work in a library, you work in a school, or if you want to just check the app out in itself, that you would download it, see what they have. It's very user-friendly, and I think it's a good way to access audiobooks without having to wait. So, yes. Oh my gosh, I feel like I'm just next. Okay. Before we go, because I'm about to wrap this video up, because I feel like I just pumped a whole bunch of information at y'all, but it's okay. So my next recommended read is going to be, okay. Ooh. Oh, okay. It's going to be Guide Me Home by Attica Cook. I'm gonna put it up here so you know I'm not lying. You know, trust and bond. But yes, so those will be the next 2 reads that I'm coming back with. Guide Me Home by Attica Cook, and then Dividing Sky. And I don't have much else to say, but have a great week. Have a great week of reading. I hope that everybody is feeling good. The sun is out, and it is that time of year where the sun doesn't go down till 8. So I hope you're good, because I know I am. All right. I don't know why the camera cut off, but have a good week. I hope that everything goes according to plan and that you have a good week ahead. Peace, y'all.